Howdy everybody, it's Amy from Amy's Sparkly Diamond Painting, and I have a video here for you this evening. Well, you'll see this in a couple days, not this evening. Anyway, I've been recording several videos today playing catch up, and I thought I'd do a video that I just wanted to do for me. So here's the short summary. I'm going to be showing my collection of Sandra Cozzolino Santa ornaments, as well as a few other Santa ornaments that are kind of adjacent to her collection, as a long parade, and there are well over 100 of these, so this video could take a while. So for those of you that hang around, I'm also going to be doing a giveaway, because in the process of going through some of these, I found some spare kits, some that I already have doubles of. So I have 5 duplicate kits here to give away if you can make it to the end of this video. So let me talk about Sandy's Santas. I was first introduced to Sandra Cozzolino Santas in a catalog of cross-stitch stuff way back when I was in college. So I've been a cross-stitcher since junior high, and I think it was a shop called the Nordic Needle, if I remember right, that had a huge thick catalog that would come in the mail once a year. Really exciting thing. And Sandra Cozzolino's Santas were in there, and I ordered a few, and then the collection started growing and growing. So we're talking about mid-90s, early to mid-90s. And I loved the little Santa ornaments because they were so cute. They were done on paper, and they were just fun to do, and had all the different Santas of the world and different subject matters and all that. So I started collecting these back in the 90s. Many of them now are out of print. Sandra Cozzolino is still, however, making Santas every year through Mill Hill. She does 3 Santas every year, and her latest ones for 2024 just recently came out. And so you can continue to get new stuff, but it's also kind of fun to try to go back and collect the old stuff. So I've been doing that for years with searches on eBay that are saved that automatically email me when some of these Santas pop up. And I'm pretty close to an entire full collection. It's taken a long time and not a whole lot of money, because these are old cross-stitch kits. So they often get sold on eBay for less than $10 a piece. So it's a fun collection to do that individually can be affordable. However, over time, based on the fact that there are well over 100 of these Santas, and I haven't really counted them lately because there are so many and I don't have a few of them. So check this out. See what you think of Sandy Santas. You can check out her Facebook page and join in and purchase some of these. The shop that I go to, well, I'll get there when I talk about more modern ones. So we'll just get started, because you don't want to sit there looking at my hands and a piece of paper. But these are my notes. This is a checkoff list. It's older. I printed this in 2019. That has the listing of a lot of her Santas and who printed them and all that information. But let's just jump right into Santas, because that's probably what you're here for. So I've been keeping these in Ziploc bags, sorted by each year that they came out. So sometimes I'm not sure exactly which one is which, but I know what's in the group of 3. So this is the first 3, and these did come out, I believe, early 90s. So these are the Old World Santas. So we have Kris Kringle, Santa Claus, and Perry Noel. So these were the first 3 Santas that Sandy came up with. And I'm kind of zoomed in. I get to sit down for this video. So there we go. It has these little glitter stars on there, and these are done on paper. So this is perforated paper done for cross-stitching. It has little holes in it, and you stitch through the holes and then cut out the ornament, and it doesn't fray, no fabric, nothing like that. So that's why they're fun, because they're all full cross-stitch, really simple to do, and then each one has a neat little yarn beard made in a different way. So here's a little bit too close. There's Santa Claus. I liked his beard. It was fun. And some of these have little cutouts that you attach. So there's a stocking. And then this one came with little bells that hang off, plus a little puffy thing for his hat. So there's the very first 3 of Sandra Cozzolino Santas. Then we move on. I'm trying to figure out, you won't believe the piles around me and the organization that this takes to try to pull this one off. So, and they're already spilling. Let me grab that. Okay. So I believe this one is the next one. So the next year came Victorian Santas. So we have St. Nicholas, Santa Claus, and Father Christmas. So let's spread them out here. So definitely have that Victorian look to them, the old world, old school look. So here's this one. It has a couple of the beaded, or the sequin stars, a little ribbon attached. So each one of these had some little extra goodie to attach. But these quick and easy to do, as you can imagine. They're not a whole lot of stitching. So that's that one. And we have this guy with, again, the sequin stars were pretty popular back when these were made in the 90s. And then this guy has a little bell there on his hat and a detached tree that you glue on. And straight beard. The beards are kind of fun to glue on there and make. So that was the second set. I'll put these back in a bag later. So then the third set, let me get my eyeballs working. These are the antique Santas. And you'll notice through time that these are going to get more and more complicated with more and more goodies on them as we go along. So here's this one, has a ribbon bow and this little present that is glued. And then we have this one. That beard was kind of fun to do, kind of like it was blowing in the wind with a little bird. Really, really cute. So my back is a little bit messy on that one. And then this guy here with a little bit easier beard, a little more simple one here. So that was the antique Santas. That was Von Kloss, Grandfather Frost, and Black Forest Santa. So this one, if you're curious, is Black Forest Santa. I still see that one showing up quite a bit on eBay. The first few years worth, all of these early ones are actually pretty easy to find. It's the later ones that are a bit harder to find on eBay. So you can look on Etsy as well. Sometimes I see some pop in there, although some of the ones on Etsy are already completed. But worth a look if you want to collect some of these older ones. You can definitely still find them out there. So then the next year, here is American Santas. And there are 3 of these. Here, so we have Patriotic, Prairie, and Pioneer. And Patriotic is pretty... Oops, we have one in the wrong place here. Oh, I see why. I had a duplicate of him. I did him twice without knowing. So that is Patriotic there with the red, white, and blue. And he's got the little pom-pom and the circly beard there. So that's Patriotic. And I'm not sure which one is Prairie and which one is Pioneer. We'll just look at this guy here. Got the stars in the tree. Cute little animals, the rabbit and the squirrel around him. And then this guy I did twice, although this one doesn't have the beard on it. A lot of times I'll make like 5 or 6 of them. I'll go through each year and decide I want to do some Santas, and I'll do 5 or 6 of them kind of assembly line style, and then I'll go through and pull the glue gun out and work on the beards and stuff. But this one never got his beard, and it's a different color paper. So this one was done on a white perforated paper, probably because I lost this one and had to remake him, I thought, but then he showed up. So this is probably the original one since he has the beard and everything. So we got the little stitch lines in his boots and the cute little lamb. So that was the American Santas. Then we get into more and more of my favorites here. So these were done on metallic perforated paper. These were the Enchanted Santas. So this is, let me look at the names, Mystical, Magical, and Musical Santa. So we have this one. This is done on a gold perforated paper, has the stars and the flowing beard, kind of the side view. And he's holding the moon in his hand with some stars. I like his little boots here. So that was a fun one. This dude here has a rabbit. He's got to be the magical Santa because, you know, every magician is doing stuff with rabbits. And again, those little stars and his magic wand here. So that, and even at the ends of his boots. That looks cute. And some of these I've seen recently as well. And then there's Musical Santa. He's got the flowing beard and the drum and the trumpet with the little stars on his hat and his boots. And again, metallic, that's gold. There, I'll zoom in so you can see it there. That's the gold metallic paper, and that one was gold as well. All three of them were on the gold metallic paper. And then we move forward in time to the Celestial Santas. These are my absolute favorites. And I had to redo one of these because the original got lost. I think this was probably the first Sandy Santa that I actually ever bought once I found out they existed, was this one right here, because I love maps, collected maps since I was a kid. My walls as I was a kid was wallpapered with maps, and I am a meteorologist because I love maps. That's one of the reasons. So this Santa is holding the Earth. So these are probably out of order because we have solar, lunar, and terrestrial Santa. So I did terrestrial Santa many years ago. I had it all nice and well done with felt on the back and everything, and I entered it into not San Angelo, I've lived here so long, the Amarillo Tri-State Fair in the 90s. So I think that was probably 1993 that I entered it and won a second place ribbon with it because I had done it all up all fancy. So I don't know where that one ended up, but I redid him here a second time. So this is terrestrial Santa. I just love the trees and everything there, and the globe and the dove. This one is obviously solar Santa. Again, it's done on the metallic there. And the way you do the beard, you don't stitch those. A lot of these are done with glue. So after I get them done, I tie the little bow and glue it on after I arrange the beard how I like. Kind of using the picture as a guide. And this one I think I've seen recently around on eBay. This is another set that you can still find from time to time. That's Lunar Santa done on silver metallic paper, but I kind of like these beards that flow like that. So that's Lunar Santa. So now we get into the ones that are much tougher to get, and that's also the time when you'll see some of these aren't done yet, and that's because I had to work to find some of these kits. So next we have the Northwood Santas. So this is up to 19, 20, and 21 for the numbers, and you'll see some of these are not done yet. But I can show you the one that's done here. So the Northwood Santas are Arctic, Wilderness, and Nordic. So here's Arctic Santa, and he's done on silver to give kind of that shimmer of snow, but he's got the cute polar bear. He's got a little tassel in his hat there. I'll zoom in where you can see. And typically I'll use 3 or even sometimes 4 strands of floss instead of the called for 2 on these, because I don't want to see a lot of the background through there. So I do use extra floss to try to get the coverage really good. And I don't have these done, but I do have the picture there. This is Nordic Santa. I have him, I just haven't finished him yet because it took a while to find some of these. And then the last one I lost the picture to. This is Wilderness Santa, so I don't want to show too much because you're not supposed to show copyright charts. But he's got, I'll cover up part of it maybe, he's got a little dog down here. and a fishing pole with fish hanging off of it. So I'll have to get that one and do an update where I can show you those completed. So these are definitely harder to find as we enter into these later years. So that was Northwoods. Then we have Nature Santas, which are birdhouse, garden, and wildlife. And again, these were hard to find. You'll see this. Sometimes they came in sets of 3 later on. So I did have this as a set of 3 in a package, but I cut each one individually because I used to keep these in sheet protectors in a notebook individually instead of bags of 3. So there's one of them there. So again, this was birdhouse, garden, and wildlife. So I have the yarn and the patterns and everything for these. I just haven't done them all. But this one I have done here. This is the birdhouse. I just haven't cut him out and put his beard on. So you can see, since this is stitched separate like that, it means you cut it out and you stick it on him somewhere and probably put a couple sequins and make a neat little beard for him. But this kind of shows you a good look at perforated paper and how they look before they're all decorated. So the faces look kind of plain until you add the goodies to them. And then here's the third one. Again, this was birdhouse, garden, and wildlife. So this must be Wildlife Santa here. So we have another one of those loop-de-loop beards that I like. We've got an owl, mallard duck there, raccoon, and some sort of, maybe a deer there. So that's those. So you can tell which ones I've hunted down more recently because they're not done yet. And then 2 more series of 3 for this first set. We have the Pet Lovers and then the Christmas Eve set. So Pet Lovers are number 25, 26, and 27. So we have Equine Santa. This one I still see from time to time. Santa with the horse. And then the other 2, I'm not sure I even have the pictures right now. But I do have the patterns and the perforated paper ready. So this is Canine Santa, so I'm going to cover up part of the chart, but we have a couple puppy dogs there. And then this is Feline Santa with the kitties. So we got some kitties there. I'll cover them up. There's a kitty at his feet. So I'll have to update you on those once I get to those. And then finally, from this first set, and this was from Astor Place Needles and Hoops was the company that did these, now out of print. But this is Christmas Eve Santas. So this is probably one of the most traditional Santas here. Love the Christmas tree on that, with all the little stars. And this is one of the first ones that actually had beads with them. So you see all those beads there. So we have Baker, Tree Trimmer, and Toy Santa. So he's obviously the tree trimmer, but I have, again, 2 more not done. This is the Toy Maker Santa. So he's working on a giant dollhouse. And then the Baker is wearing a chef's hat. And I'm guessing he's got some gloves there. But I don't want to show too much of the charts. Although I'm not sure about copyright with these since they are long out of print. But Sandy is still around and making Santas. So I don't want to put any of those charts in jeopardy by showing them online. So that was the full set. I do have all of those for the Astor Place Needles and Hoops. And that company, after 1996, became Busilla. Then she had some international Santas in pairs. And I do have some of those here. And I've been collecting these as well. So this is where I'm missing, I think, one of them. Or I may have found it because I don't think I updated this. It shows a circle there to show that I was missing that one. But I may have found it. So these are littler. This is kind of the package they come in, and I've seen a couple of these. that you can still find. So yes, I do have Oriental now. So that one was missing, but there it is. So there's Alpine and Oriental. There's the kit. And then we have Scandinavian and African and Mexican and Highland. So there's Mexican Santa, and these not nearly as in-depth with all the goodies and everything. These are much smaller, but they are cute. So this one is Highland, I believe. So Mexican and Highland. And then I had gotten this one actually on eBay as a separate one. It was already stitched, but I didn't, very nice stitching, but I didn't have any luck finding the kit until much later, so that's why I had this one bought off of eBay as a finished product, so I can still stitch my own here. And then here's the other two. These are Scandinavian and African. So there's Scandinavian Santa and African Santa, so much smaller, but still a cool little set. So that was the last set for Astor Place. These came out, doesn't show what year. And these aren't counted, strangely enough, on this sheet. So if we were, that was numbers 30 through 36. So now we're gonna move on. Actually, I'll have to add those later. You'll have to remind me, because the next ones on the list actually show 30 through 36, and for whatever reason those weren't numbered. So then after Busilla changed their name from Astor Place, these also are no longer available. And then she went to Janlynn Corporation, and again, no longer available. But I have these just kind of in a pile out of order because I've had some trouble trying to figure out some of this. Oh, and before I get to those, I should probably do this. This is kind of a Santa adjacent. This is from Imaginating. And this was around the same time that the Astor Place Santas were. She did stockings, and every once in a while she'd throw a bonus little Santa in. So I haven't done that one yet. This was just the chart. So I'll have to do that one. But it is technically one of Sandy's Santas. And she also did, I didn't collect these or worry about these as much. She did some elf series. She's also done others, little houses and Easter series. I didn't worry about those. But here's Hans and Eric that I got a hold of on eBay. So the Busella and Janlynn. Let's see, these are the needles and hoops. Okay, these are still some that I don't think really made it to the list. So this is Hockey Santa. Here, she had some sports ones out there. So there's Hockey Santa. He's kind of cute. And some of these are in kind of off to themselves because I didn't know much about them as I found them. So I just keep an eBay search going for, I think, perforated paper Santa or Santa ornaments is what I use. So we have these, again, needles and hoops. This is called Peace Santa. But that's definitely Sandy style with the beard and all that. And then this one was called Joy Santa. There, and this one has the tree and the stars. So the one I'm missing for that one, let's see, is Noel Santa. So I have Peace and Joy, but I don't have Noel. And then I have Hockey, but I don't have Skiing or Sledding Santa. So if anybody has any information on where to find those, I'd sure like to add them to my collection. So that's Skiing and Sledding Santa and Noel Santa. And those are from, they look the same packaging there. It says Busilla Plaid Corporation, but the packaging actually says Needles and Hoops on there. So let's move on to the Janlynn ones. And these are the ones that are definitely out of order because I wasn't completely sure what was what, and I had several copies of some of these at one point. I'm just going to pull them all out here, and we'll just go through what I can figure out one at a time, because they came in different packaging through the years. So I'll move these off to the side so that they're not too distracting. Let's see, we'll start with this bag because I tried to keep these somewhat together. So this is Beekeeper Santa. So I'll pull out the picture there where you can see it. Really, really cute. I swear I've made him before, but I don't know where he ended up. I think he may have been given away as a gift at one point because I have so many copies of these because they came out. They were like Walmart, even that you could find them. Holiday Time brand. Just not the same extent of goodies and all that on these Santas. These were a little bit more budget friendly, I guess is the word for it. So you would find them kitted up different ways. So this one is Greenskeeper Santa. He's got the tree. And then this one, Gamekeeper Santa. There. So these were all when Janlynn was doing the Sandy Santas. And like I said, different packaging depending on where you bought them. So that's those. And they're kind of out of order here, but you get the idea. This one is Kris Kringle. There. And these you can still find everywhere. These are pretty easy to find because there were so many printed. So this is Santa Claus, and he's got his list and the little bear there. And then this one is called Saint Nick. There with the lantern and a couple of those old school stars in his hat. I probably should have gotten something to drink here. Get my, what's left of my favorite Ghost caffeine. Okay, sorry about that. And then this looks like a repeat there of Gamekeeper Santa, but in a different packaging. So I can probably get rid of that one at some point. So then we have these smaller ones that were quickies. And some of these, a couple of them are not Sandy Santas, but I collect all Santa ornaments. So this was another one where I didn't have all of the set. So I am missing some of these. These again were the Janlynn ones, the little ones. So I think these were called, let's see, what is this? This is Kodiak. So these were part of the Arctic Santas set from Janlynn. So we had Aleutian, Kodiak, and Yukon. And I finished this one. I'll get these out of the way. They're so slippery. And then I haven't done this one yet, but I have the kit and the pattern here. That's Kodiak Santa. But I am missing Aleutian Santa. So anybody know where to find Aleutian Santa? These are definitely a bit smaller than the first few. Then we had some, let's see, vintage Santas. And this again is where it gets a little confusing because I missed out on a lot of these. So I do have part of the kit here. I don't know if that says Candy Cane Santa. I'm not even sure that that is a Sandy Santa because I don't see Candy Cane Santa on the list. Yeah, it doesn't look like the same quality as Sandy's, so I need to move that one along to another spot. And some of these are pretty sure they're not as well, like that one. But some of these are. That one's not. But we do have this one here. There's St. Nicole. And, oh, I do have Aleutian Santa. I was in the wrong place. There's Aleutian Santa. And St. Nicole was part of the vintage. So I don't have Santa Claus or Father Christmas from that set. I don't know why these seem so confusing. I think because their packaging was so different. And then we have this set of 6 that came out that was called the Night Before Christmas Santas. Again, this was still Janlynn Corporation. So we have making toys, painting toys, wrapping presents, loading sleigh, filling stockings, and back home. And I believe that I have all of these. These are some of the smaller ones again, but they have a lot of cute cutouts. So there's that one. This one is making toys. And then there's painting toys there. And wrapping presents. So we're up to, this goes through number 54 on the sheet, but I think it's actually more like 61 or 62 because some of those aren't on there. And then those should be the other 3 in that set. There's loading sleigh. This one, I don't have the whole thing that's filling stockings. And then this is back home. So I do have the full set of that. So it's just little ones here and there that I'm missing. And before I get into the final big set, which is the Mill Hill, hopefully you're still hanging in there. We're about 30 minutes in. I did have these that I just threw in a bag because I wasn't sure what they were at the time, but I think I know now. That was one of the, that's a garden Santa. I believe that's one of Sandy's, but I'm not completely sure. That's one of the Janlynn ornaments, but the way the beard is and everything, it's a little simplified version, but, and then this one too, I'm a bit puzzled about. That's got to be one of the Janlynn ones that I just lost the packaging, and I'm guessing that would probably be Father Christmas from the vintage Santa set, but I'm not completely sure. But it is smaller, but definitely one of Sandy's. It's got the bell there, the fancy beard, and a string stuck. Oh, that was, I'm guessing some sort of, I'll have to see what that was. I think there was a bell or something tied on there that I've lost. Sometimes these got beat up. And I was also really confused about this one because it's got the stars. It's one of the older kits, the beard and everything. Not completely sure. I thought maybe it was one of the Nutcrackers because she did a series of Nutcrackers that I have as well. But I don't know. Sandy, if you're watching, help me out there. Which one is that? I don't know. So I may not be missing quite as many as I thought because I'm not sure what those were. Then we move into, and that's not even on this page, so I'll wait, I guess, and save the Mill Hill ones for last. This is the Oldtime Santa series. And there are some other Santa-related stuff with the stockings and stuff like those that I don't have. But this is the Oldtime Santa series. So this was by a company called Yarn Tree. These were more recent in the early 2000s, I think. And I finished the entire set. I loved these because this was going back to what I remember of the early Santas, the add-ons, the metallic paper, the fancy things added to them. So I loved these. So I did them all. So this is, let's see, I don't have them all in order, I don't think. So this one, I believe, may be Grandfather Frost, which is Russia. So I'll show you the list here. The idea was that they were all international Santas. So we've got Russia, Ireland, Italy, Holland, Scotland, France, Poland, Spain, Switzerland. I believe this is the Russian one there. So it's got the metallic paper. It's got a little key that came with it and this neat braided little lantern string there. So definitely back to the really neat, good quality Sandy Santas. And then this dude here, he's got the big gold beads and the gold thread through his instrument, and I think most of these did come with a charm of some kind. So that one, I'm guessing, well, I won't try to guess. We'll just put them out there. There is accidentally one of the Nutcracker Santas, so you can tell by the teeth. So he's in the wrong place. But that's the idea of the Nutcrackers, and it's another whole series that I have all those. I should put him somewhere else because he's in the wrong place. How about the Scottish Santa there? He's got the little leaf charm there. He's really cute with the little beard and the plaid and the boots. And then we have him, and he was awfully fun with the little ribbon here and the little tassels on his knickers. And he's got the charm there and the beads and metallic paper. And this is the Mexican Santa, so he's got the big beads and he's got some neat fringe here coming off his outfit, and he's got a little tiny charm there, a little star. And then this dude, he must be the Irish one because he's got the clover, and this was a cutout lamp that you stitched separately, lantern, and put on him. So yes, he's cute. And how about this guy that actually came with a little piece of fake tree to put on him? So he's got little gold threads crisscrossing on his boots, and the rainbow. I think he's the Dutch. No, he's not the Dutch. Oh well, he's one of them because I see the Dutch one coming up here. And then we have this Santa, and it's another one with a cutout tree and the little charms and the beads and the tassels. These were so much fun to stitch. There we go. There's the Dutch Santa with the tulips, and he's got that charm. How could you miss that one? And the bow and the little wooden shoes. Really, really cute. So those were all the old-time Santas, and these are hard to find. The company has gone out of business. You have to look on eBay, but even looking on eBay, a lot of these are hard to find because they were very popular. I don't think they printed as many. And in later years, they came out with a couple other sets, but they weren't from Sandy. So those are still available here and there, the ones that aren't hers. But you can definitely tell the difference, and I will show probably some of those at the end because I have some Santa adjacent stuff. Okay, so where are we? We are, hopefully you're hanging in there because we're about to go through all the Mill Hill Santas. I know some of you have said you like long videos, but this is one where you have to kind of look up a lot. So I do apologize if this is going too long. This was really a video that I wanted to do for me. So bear with me, and remember, if you're still hanging in there, I do have 5 Mill Hill kits that I'm going to be giving away. So let's talk about the Mill Hill Santas. So later on, Sandy was contracted or whatever. I don't know details about contracts and all that, but she started designing Santas for Mill Hill, which is a bead company. But they also do beaded cross stitch. They do a lot of different ornaments, seasonal stuff through the years. And at this point, that was probably early 2000s, and that's where she's been ever since, and she still designs them every year. The good news about Mill Hill kits is they're all still available, so everything I'm going to be showing you right now is still available, and I'm going to try to do these in order per year. And we're going to start with the Northwood Santas, if I have kept everything organized as I was hoping I did. So bear with me for a minute because I have these in piles by year. Yes, okay, here we go. So year number 1, Northwood Santas. And you're going to find that I'm going to be showing more and more kits with photos and fewer Santas made, because this is where I need to do all my work. So the Northwood Santas were the first Mill Hill bead Santas. So we have juniper branch, holly berries, and pine tree. And these are a lot of fun, but they do take a lot of work because you have beads everywhere, because Mill Hill is a bead company and that's their main focus. So Sandy designed all of these with beads in mind. So this tree has strings of beads as well as beads in here, and you're going to find over time these get more and more complex with more and more beads added to them. So there's year 1 of Northwood Santas, and each year there are 3 of these. So here's the second one, and show you where some of the beads are. If you can see that, there's gold beads in a hat. There's a big bell, but you can just run your fingers over them and see there are beads and goodies everywhere on these. They just don't show up as well on camera. And there's a third one for that year, beads in the tree there acting as little berries. We have the owl and the bell and more beads here. So that was the very first year, a little bit lighter on the beads than you'll see from later years. So that is Northwood Santas. Then the second year, we have Starlight Santas. So the Starlight Santas are Northern Lights, Southern Cross, and Eastern Star. And I tried to at least do 1 of each of these. This one I actually have 2 done. Or 1 done and 1 mostly done. Or, nope, I guess they're both done. Okay. So here's one of them here, and you can see the beads in the hat, and his, looks like a bedroll, or maybe that's a constellation there. Yeah, it looks like night sky with a constellation, and some beads down here in his boots and stuff. So there's one of them. This one was a lot of fun. I remember when this one first came out. Looks like he's pouring water down into his basket, but these are all beads through there. Lots and lots of fun to make that one. But the third Starlight Santa is not done. So that is Eastern Star Santa. And this is what the kits look like. They have bags of beads, usually 2 bags, because they have different colors and sizes, and it's easier to tell them apart when they're in 2 separate bags. So in the directions it'll say, like, it'll tell you which bag to find the beads in. But this one has a lot of beads, looks like. So that was the second year, Starlight Santas. Then we have the next year, which is Woodland Santas. So by this count, we're up to 60 through 63, but really I've shown you all the other ones mixed in there. We're probably getting close to maybe into the early 80s. So these are the Woodland Santas. I do have one of them done here. Lots of stripes of beads. And some of these are petite beads. They're really tiny, and some of them are regular size beads. So they like to mix the 2 in. The petite beads are really, really tiny. And that's why I've been a bit slower to get some of these done, because my eyesight has trouble. See, there's the full size, the bigger beads, and those are the tiny ones. So it is hard, teeny tiny beading needle. And those tiny beads are hard to pick up. So there's that one. Then we have Frosty Santa here. So he's kind of cool. Lots of white beads, it looks like. And then we have Holly and Ivy Santa. So that is Woodlands. And then we're up to musical Santas next. So musical Santas, we have mandolin, drum, and French horn. So Sandy likes to pick a theme each year for these. So we have mandolin Santa done, and it was a separate stitched piece that you glue on there. So there's mandolin Santa. Lots of silver beads and purple beads, red. They're in the outfit, and there's actually, it's probably hard to see on camera unless I put it in an angle. There's blue beads in the middle of each of those squares. So as the years went on, the number of beads kept increasing on these. So this one has a lot of beads. And then we have Drum Santa here, not done, but someday another plaid one with lots of beads in there, as you can see. And then French Horn Santa. Again with the plaid with lots of beads and the little stripe down here and all the plaid and a separate French horn that you cut out and glue on there. So those are musical Santas. Then we go on to Alpine, Mountaineer, and Polar Santas. So let's move on to there. I have these stacked all around me in piles. So Alpine Santa. And I do have none of those done. Wow. I need to get to work on at least one of these. So we have Cardinal Santa there. And I think I'm going to try to, because we're looking at so many packages now, I'm going to try to turn off the light and see if I can get rid of the glare. It's kind of dark, but I think it's maybe a little bit better. So there's Cardinal Santa. And then we have Dove Santa. So even though these say Alpine, related to mountains, they seem to be a lot of birds in these. And then Bluebird. Yes, I would call these bird Santas, but they are called Alpine Santas. So there's Bluebird, has a separate little bird that she glue on there. It's really hard in these pictures to tell how many beads there are, but I've got more Santas done in these sets. You'll see some more completed ones as we go along here. So Mountaineer Santas, this is another one that is suffering a bit. So we have Mount McKinley Santa there. The plaid outfits with the fancy striped decorations on the inside seem to be a common theme. And over time I think you get to recognize Sandy's design style. This one is Mount Whitney Santa, and it's got these long beads on there. That's kind of cool. And then we have Mount Rainier Santa, and again some bigger beads there. It looks like there's some of the beads, some more of the long skinny beads. Let's see if we can figure out. Yeah, those are what's making the leaves of that tree are actually the long skinny tube beads in there. So pretty cool. So that's the Mountaineer beads, or Mountaineer Santas. And then we have the Polar Santas, and I have done some of these. Yay! So Polar Santas were Snowdrift, Ice Cap, and Glacier. So there you can see the snowflake made out of beads on there. Boy, I'm saying the word beads quite a bit, but there's that plaid again, and a lot of stripes with beads and the light. And then we have this one here. He's got a nice pack, and I just finished this one actually the other day, or not too long ago. I guess it's probably been about a week. So this one has a little lantern stuck to him and the neat little pack there. And then this is Snowdrift Santa. So we got 2 out of the 3 done. That's not too bad. And I wish I had years written on them, but I will stop and mention this real quick. I talked about where I get these. So I lived in Tulsa in the early 90s, and I had a local needle workshop called the Silver Needle, and I loved the Silver Needle and visited them quite a bit. I don't know if Lindy is on Flosstube, but every year, well, every few years when I catch up again, I go back to the Silver Needle to buy my Santas from them because they do such cool packaging. They do have an online store, and it's a little treat to get a Silver Needle package in the mail. So I continue to buy from them, even though it's been more than 30 years since I lived in Tulsa. So it was a short period of time in the early part of my career. It was 1994 or early 1995 that I lived there. And I still go back to them for kits from time to time. So I'm going to have to switch pages here because we are on to medieval Santas. So let me see if I can reach that pile here. Yes. Okay, so next we have medieval Santas, and I'm surprised I haven't done any of these because I really love the medieval Santas. So we have Saxony Santa here. You can see where the beads are on that one. Lots and lots of beads there. And then we have, this packaging has seen better days, so I'll just pull out, because the kit is fine here. It's just that the packaging has been a little beat up through the years, because at the time that I bought these kits, they were only $6.50. They are not that price anymore. They've gone up some. But I will take this one out of the package so you can see it. The package has seen the wear and tear there, but this is Avignon Santa. So he's got little beads coming off there. They're kind of cool and different. Let's see. So it's a little beat up there, but everything inside is fine. And then we have Canterbury Santa with the list. Lots and lots of beads. This one is going to take a while because I don't know how well you can see that, but his outfit here is beads everywhere. So, and they're tiny ones too. So that is Medieval Santa's Canterbury Santa. So those are cool. And then we're going to move into the mountains again. And Sandy, if you're listening, I put a request in. I don't know how much say you have in what you design, or if you do. I'd really love to see a topic of, not law enforcement, but first responder Santas, because my hubby is begging me for a firefighter Santa, and I keep watching every year and hoping, but so far no luck. So these are Appalachian Santas. So Appalachians are mountains in the U.S., if you're not familiar with them. Allegheny, Blue Ridge, and Smoky Mountains Santa. So this guy, I haven't done his beard yet. So he was also finished recently. So I haven't worked on his beard. You can see what they look like, how plain their face looks before you get the beard on there. But we got a little raccoon. See all the beads in there. Really, really cute. And then this is the Smoky Mountain one. Almost looks like a kitty cat there. I'm guessing that's a mountain lion. But he looks so cute and happy with the basket there. And all the beads. And then this is Allegheny. The little teddy bear. Which is probably a real bear, not a teddy bear. Based on how the others are. But I like how this looks kind of like a prairie or leather outfit instead of the fancy plaids and everything. And he's got that side swept beard. So those were the Appalachian Santas. Let's see what's next. I'll put those in a bag later. I think we're moving to the other side now. So that was... Now we have to look for the ones called Rocky Mountain. Oh, there it is. Right there. Rocky Mountain Santas. We like our mountains. So I actually have two of these done, but they're not completely done. So Rocky Mountain Santas, we have here Pikes Peak, Teton, and Beartooth Santa. So this one I finished. I showed it, I think, on Flosstube number 2 that I did. Or no, that was my video I did of random stuff recently. So we got the eagle. It was a good July 4th holiday weekend Santa to do. So I won't talk too much about him because I already showed him. Here's another one again with that plaid type outfit. Neat little deer. And it's hard to tell, but there's beads even in the hat here. So lots. I'll do a close-up of this dude so you can see all those beads in that one. And what the back looks like. And then we have Teton Santa. Is still waiting to be done. Big old mountain goat, yak, mountain goat. He's got the swirly horns there. Why do I not know my Rocky Mountain animals. I've been to the Rocky Mountains many times. I've camped out there. I love going to the Rocky Mountains. So, but normally I see elk there. Then we have Arctic Circle Santas. We're getting there. Don't worry, we're getting there. This won't go on forever. Greenland, Lapland, and Nunavut Santas. So let's look at Arctic Circle Santas. So here we have the polar bear with all the pearly beads, and you can see the size difference between the two different sizes of beads that show up usually in these kits. But you see they get more and more complicated, a lot more colors throughout here to get the shading, and a lot more beads on these. And then we have Lapland Santa here with the reindeer. Neat little outfit there. Again, has that leather look to it. And then Greenland Santa with a big old sheep there. So, not quite as... oh, I need to get something to drink again. My voice is going. So we're at 55 minutes. I better step it up here. Oh boy. So that was Arctic. Now we have seafaring is the next pile I'm looking for. And it should be... oh, those are the giveaways. Must be... there's the next pile. And this one, I have a whip in one of these. So, Seafaring Santas is here. And these are cool. These were Captain, First Mate, and Boatswain Santa. So these were a little bit smaller, but still lots of beads. And this one had the little eyeglass thing that you do separately and glue on. There's that dude. This is the Boatswain. Very piratey look to them with those outfits and everything. And then this one looks a little more like colonial times. This is Captain Santa with the neat little hat there and the shoes and everything. That looks more like a American colonial time. There's a little antique-y, and I'm trying to throw them on the floor. So that was seafaring. Then we have Southwest Santas. Here, Southwest. And these were cool. I really enjoyed doing these, so I did a couple of them. And again, definitely getting more and more complicated here. So the Southwest Santas, we have desert, canyon, and mesa. Rather than any particular nationality or anything, they're based on location. So isn't that pretty? I love doing the cape here. That was a lot of fun. Very different. And then this one with the donkey, he was a lot of fun. Doing the little back stitching to give his little mane the definition that it needed. And the cactus. So, and the tail. That one was a lot of fun. So I only have one of these left to do, and that's this one. This is Canyon Santa with another kitty cat there and a jackrabbit. Neat little hat there. And the little knicker type clothing. I'm sure they have a special name for them that I don't know. So that is Southwest Santas. And then we move into the tropics. So we have tropical Santas. So can you imagine Santa in the summer down in the southern hemisphere where it's nice and warm, where you can do things like going surfboarding? So I love the Hawaiian shirt on that one. That was a lot of fun. A little more back stitching on this one. Sunglasses there. The little drink with the with the little umbrella. That's the word I'm looking for. A little bird there, seabird. So the tropical Santas are Hawaii, Tahiti, and Christmas Island. So that's Hawaii with the Hawaiian shirt there. And then we have Tahiti Santa right here. Love the sandals the shorts and the lei on there. So there's Tahiti Santa, looks like he caught a fish. And then Christmas Island Santa, lots of birds on there. And I guess these are his shorts or his outfit, and the crabs from Christmas Island that they're famous for on there. So, like I said, they continue to get complicated and more neat ideas for these Santas, because up here in the US we always think cold, and a lot of our Christmas scenes are winter, cold, ice, snow. So I love anything that changes that a little bit. Okay, so that was tropical Santas. Next we go to colonial Santas, and this is where I have a whip. So I will show that as well. So colonial Santas, these are Williamsburg, Jamestown, and Plymouth, kind of the first colonies of America. So here's Jamestown. He's working on a wheel. He's got his little hammer there. Those are the beads. Then we have Williamsburg, and he's reading off his list there. Definitely the old school colonial outfits there, but not quite as complicated or as large as some of the others. And then the one I'm working on, and I just placed an order a couple weeks ago for Silver Needle to catch up on the most recent Santas, and they sent me this free project bag. Like I said, it's always fun getting a package from them because they have goodies in there. So this was a free Santa-sized project bag that came with the kits that I bought just a week or two ago. A couple weeks, I think. So this is, I should still have the picture there. Yes. So this is Plymouth Santa. So he's got the big old barrel there, wearing the knickers, and I keep trying to turn this sideways like you can see the texture. So I haven't gotten that far on him because these I have to stitch during the daylight. I can't see them as well at night, so I only stitch these during the daylight, which doesn't give me a whole lot of time. I'll get less time in the winter. I'll have to figure out better lighting in the winter so I can do these, because I get home from work usually between 4 and 5 o'clock in the evening, but the sun doesn't set till after 8 in the summer down here. So I have a little more time to stitch. But yeah, don't look at that mess because these don't take too long, and most of the colors are just a single strand. It's turned into a pile. But this is how they come. The needles come in the packages of beads. You usually have 2 different sets in order to keep the colors easier to pick out. And this is the teeny tiny beading needle with the teeny tiny hole, which is why I can only do these during the daytime or with a really good light. So that is the last of the colonial Santas. So I had none of those done. So what I sometimes do is just randomly grab out of my Santa tub, and what I grab is what I work on. So those are colonial Santas. So next pile, how many do we have here? We're getting there. Celebration Santas are next. And that's this pile. And then after this, everything else is on the table. So Celebration Santas. These are big ones again. So these are Merry Christmas, Joy Noel, and Feliz Navidad. So they do have slight international look, but these are much more complicated, I think, than some of the others here. This is Joy Noel. So they're definitely bigger. We have the Christmas duck in a basket. And lots of beads on that one. Feliz Navidad. And that one's pretty beautiful. Serape there. Lots and lots of beads, and I like the fringe hanging off there. So, and then we have Merry Christmas, the very traditional Santa with the tree and the presents coming out of the bag. And the little kitty cat. Isn't it cute? So those are Celebration Santas. So what's next is Celtic Santas. These are cool too. These are some of my favorites. So we have Wales Santa there. I love the lacing on their shoes and the capes and the hats. This is Scotland Santa. Really, really cool. I'm going to try to step it up here. This one I've gotten into and did just a little bit on. This is Ireland Santa. So that's the Celtic Santa set. And then we have Renaissance. And these were cool too. They're all cool. That's why I have them all. So I like that one because it looked like a painting that he was holding on to there. I thought that was really, really cool with the back stitching and everything. So these don't always look, they look a little confusing sometimes until you get some of the back stitching done on there. So in progress they look kind of weird at times, but you can see from the side there, you can see the texture of the beads on that one. So Renaissance Santas were Venice, Florence, and Genoa. So here's Venice. It's kind of cool. And then there's Genoa. Trying to speed up a little bit here. And then we have Caribbean Santas. And one of these is one of the giveaway Santas that I have here. So this is Barbados. He's got the treasure chest there with the beads coming out. Jamaica with the boat wheel and the treasure map there. And then Trinidad with the big old parrot. Isn't that cool? Yeah, those look like a lot of fun as well. Boy, this is going to take a little bit to clean up. Okay, then we have, trying to keep these in order because my list runs out here shortly because it was in 2019. So we have the National Park Santas, and I love my national parks. I'm surprised I haven't finished these because look at that one. Grand Canyon. I love the backgrounds on these, so you can see the water flowing here through the canyon with the sky. So that's Grand Canyon. Yosemite with the geysers. I like the outfit there. National Parks Park Ranger outfit. That's really cool. And then Yellowstone. Isn't that cool? So those are the National Park Santas. And then we have South American Santas. So on this list, this is number 115, 116, and 117. But with some of those others there, I'm well into 130. So South American Santas, we have Amazon. Isn't that cool? With the toucan and the monkeys. Really cool. And then Pampas Santa. Here. And then Andes Santa. Lots of white beads on that one. Probably bordering the llama there. Yeah. So that's South American, and my list has run out because this was 2019, but my Santas have not, because next in line is Antarctic Santas, and this is the one that I'm missing, but only temporarily, because I had to place the order for the rest of these sets a couple weeks ago because I hadn't caught up in a few years. I kind of let them pile up for a few years because I have so many to work on. And then I do a big purchase. But the store was out of one of the Arctic Santas, but it's on back order. They're going to get it in. I mean, it's not on back order through Mill Hill, but they didn't have it in the store. So they're going to purchase or get it in and then send the last one to me. So these are the Antarctic Santas. So we have Leopard Santa. I should actually, Leopard Seal Santa. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. I didn't look at the picture there. So we got the little baby leopard seal. I loved leopard seals when I was a kid, the babies, because they were snow white. I had stuffed animals and a small collection of leopard seal items around my bedroom when I was little. So there's leopard seal and albatross. And because I don't have the third one and I don't have it printed out, I'm not sure exactly which one I'm missing there, what the third one is. But it'll be here soon. And I could go somewhere else and buy them, but I have a certain loyalty to the Silver Needle, and you can see the prices now. They're up to $11. They were $6.50. Now they're $11. So then the next year, I think this is 2022 that we're up to here. These are the Christmas Day Santas. So this one is Christmas Giving. So we have a little bear and lots of gifts. A little bit of back stitching and special stitching there. And then we have Christmas Memories with a turkey. Yum, yum. And the animals, lots of these are starting to show more and more animals. And then we have Christmas Morning. The plaid there looks like metallic thread. And the bunny slippers. Santa in bunny slippers, isn't that cute? So he's in his PJs there. But it does indeed look like metallic thread, but I don't see any actually in there. So maybe it's just white thread that just looks like metallic. Okay, that must be 2021 because I still have 3 piles here. So this is 2022. This is Timberline Santas. So this is Douglas fir. So we got a bluebird there and a bunny rabbit. And then Scotch pine. Definitely got the pine tree and another little bird there. More plaid. And then Norway spruce. So he's got a Christmas tree bound up on that sled. So I guess he went out to pick out his own, and he's got a little squirrel sitting on it and a bird. So hopefully they find new homes. Okay. Last 2 sets. So last year was the Down Under Santa set. So koala bears here. This is koala Santa. Aren't they cute? And then we have kiwi Santa. Kiwi birds on there. And finally, kangaroo Santa. So Sandy definitely has gone into an animal phase. You can kind of see the changes through the years of these Santas. And then finally, this year's Santas. So what do we have for this year? And again, Sandy, if you're listening, I would love to see first responder ones, nurses, doctors, police, firefighters. I keep hoping. So this year, the theme is Mediterranean Santas. So this is Olive Harvest Santa. So lots of beaded olives here with a big olive tree. And as far as the animal goes, maybe that might be a little bird there. It looks like another little bird in the tree. Then we have Vineyard Santa for all the wine drinking friends out there with the grapes. Grapes are really good for putting beads on, but I don't actually see an animal in that one. Oh wait, there it is. Little tiny bird. And then we have the Lemon Grove Santa. So lots and lots of yellow, although you wouldn't know it by looking at the floss, but definitely in the beads there. So he's picking lemons, and do you see a tiny bird in there? There it is. Okay, that is the theme I think that goes along for this year is the teeny tiny bird snuck in there. So there's a little teeny tiny bird at the bottom, I'm guessing, because it's backstitched, whereas the lemons are not. So I'm thinking that that is indeed a little bitty bird. So those are my Sandy's Santas. I couldn't tell you how many there are. I need to count them at some point, but I do have some Sandy adjacent things here. Here is a kit that I got of a Nutcracker perforated paper ornament. This is one of the early years ones. And then she did several of these series, and this kit is a little bit beat up because it's been open for a while. This is one of the Nutcracker sets here. And they look just like the perforated paper Santas, but you can tell by their teeth that they are actually Nutcrackers. So there's that set. Here's this set, and they also have the different international flair to them here. I don't think they say which set is which, but I have all of them. So each of these came with 3, and that's where this guy earlier that was in the wrong place, because you can see his teeth there. So here's this one. They kind of look like pirates and soldiers. And then this one, and that's where he comes from with the teddy bear, and the others have toys and stuff. So those are the Nutcracker sets that I have that I will get done someday. They take lower priority. But there are also more of the Nutcrackers came in these leaflets. So I collected 1, 2, and 3, but I don't have number 4. But I've seen it's out there. I can buy it. I just need to place an order. So these are from the Imaginating company, which is still around and selling charts. So here's Germany, France, Ireland, Spain, Ukraine, and Switzerland. And these came from, you can see, early 90s. That one says 1993. Wait, no, because this one says 1915. So maybe I can find a copyright on here. Okay, these are newer than I thought. 2007. And then this one is 2006. So here's 3 more. Italy, Scotland, and Poland. And I don't have the number 4 to this set, and then it stopped. So I have 1, 2, 3, a little too close to the camera there, but number 4 is available. So those are all my Sandy Santas, but I do have other Santas, and I thought I'd just do a quick run through, because if you're into just Santas and are less concerned about who made them or who designed them, Jim Shore has a bunch of Santa kits through Mill Hill, and I have just about all of them. I have a couple on the way, but here are, I'll just go through these really quick because it's the same idea. They're more long, I don't want to say dresses, long robes. That's a word I'm looking for. And they came out off and on through the recent years, but they also have lots of beads, same kind of kits here. And I do have a few of them done, so let's go to some completed ones here for the Jim Shore. The difference you'll notice is in the beards. There's more outlining and a lot of quilted look to the outfits, but the beards are just stitched, unlike Sandy's with all the yarn that you make into different shapes. So this and this one, but I still like them as part of my collection. And they're fun to do as well. So there's 4 of them that I have completed. And I'll quickly run through some more of them here. You kind of get the idea. And a few of them are not here. Here's a Santa with the wreath, Santa coming down the chimney. That one's got the buttons on it. So these focus more on the outfit, these long robes. There's the wreath one. I think it's the one with the lantern and the chimney one that I don't have. And he also, wait, there's one more. Part of the sets a couple years had these animals, and I only bought them if they were part of a set. There are more of these animals. I just didn't count them as Santas, so I didn't buy most of them. But a couple of times they were just in the set for that year, so I wouldn't say I'm stuck with them, but they just happen to be part of my collection here, but they are not Santas. And then I do, even though the yarn tree had some Santas that were not Sandies, I do have them. And a lot of them are done. So I thought it would be fun to very quickly go through some of these, because some of these are crazy. But now that you've seen all the Sandy Santas, you can definitely tell the difference that these are not made by her, because the outfits of the Santas are very simplistic. Just a couple colors here, and the beards are pretty standard there. But that Santa's riding a chicken. They were still fun kits because they had extra goodies on them, but they're just not nearly as complex as Sandy's Santas. So it was a different designer, but they have fun things like the skates here made with paper clips and tassels. So they were more into charms and goodies and add-ons for these kits. So there's Santa on a trike. And here we go. There's Noel Santa, a little heart bead and a wooden stick on that one. And some of these are still available. I mean, they can be found on eBay. They're out of print, but you can find these kits on eBay sometimes. There's the Believe. Go through some more of these. I don't know why these ended up in a separate baggie here, but we have Ho 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 sign that comes with a wooden stick there. And we have, oops, this one with ornaments and a little tree. I like the lights there. Those are cute. But you can definitely tell much more simplistic outfits here with these, but roller skates. And this one is in a bag because this is the one I have that is damaged, and I would like to replace this, but I can't find it. So this one got a little beat up. It's a little bit torn there, and the list of names is a little bit torn up. So, but I can't find this one anywhere. I would love to find this kit if anybody knows where I can find it. And then we have Santa on a rocking horse there. And I had a double of that one. And there are several, believe it or not, that I haven't done because I did these for a few years. So there's the sheep. There's lantern. I'm just showing you so you know that these aren't Sandy Santas, because you can easily tell by looking at the Santa outfits on these that they are not. It's that one. That one. That one. But they are quick and easy stitches. I mean, they're very simple to do. And they do have the extra little goodies that make them kind of fun, even if they're not Sandies. See, like that one, very simple stitching, but still kind of cool. So, did we make it to the end? It looks like we have. Which means these are my giveaways. I have to keep them separate from my other ones. So I have 5 of these that I found that were duplicates. So we have Jamaica Santa here. We have Alpine Santa. This is Dove Santa. Then we have one of the Appalachian Santas here. This is Blue Ridge Santa with the cute little raccoon. Greeting Santa is one of the Jim Shore Santa kits. And then another Jim Shore Santa kit, we have Christmas Cheer Santa. So I will put them out here so you can see. So how are we going to do this giveaway? Well, if you stayed long enough, can you put in the comments, maybe, I'd say your favorite Santa, but you'd probably have to go back through, and I don't want to make anybody work that hard, so just make a comment with the word Santa. And I will assign a number to each one, just like I did for the Art Dot giveaway. And then after, let's see, today is July 13th, we'll go to August 1st. That should give enough time. After August 1st, I will not put random numbers on the comments anymore after that. I mean, the video will still be up and people will still be commenting. Because a lot of times you can tell that there's a giveaway just based on how the comments look, and people will try to join in without listening to the video to know when the cutoff date was. But anyway, we'll cut off the giveaway date for this as August 1st. So leave me a comment with the word Santa somewhere in it, and I will do a drawing. I will pick them one at a time and then do the random generator instead of trying to ask you to pick which one your favorite is, because everybody's probably going to have some of the same favorites and all that, and it'll just be more confusing. So we'll just do the random number method, and I will spin a wheel and draw random numbers, and one of the lucky winners will get one of these Santas. And depending on how many people we have show up, I do have a few more extra. I actually have an entire second set of those Caribbean Santas, as well as a few others. So if we do have a huge number of people, instead of sending those to my sister like I was planning on, I will send her some. My sister has a lot of cross stitch, but I will add a few more into the giveaway if we have a huge turnout for that. So that is a crazy long video, but it was one I really wanted to do to get through all of my Santa collection and share it with you, because I have fun putting all of these on my tree every year. I have a Santa tree just for all of these. So thank you for watching, and I hope that you have good luck and enjoy this Christmas in July video. I will be stitching more Santas over the next several weeks leading up to Christmas, so I can have more of these done and on my tree. I appreciate all of you watching and sticking through to the end, and I'll catch you next time.